So today we'll be showing you the exact strategies that we've been able to use to build a $10,000 a month online family business empire while also being able to protect it with a private trust, and you'll be able to do all of that in 6 months or less. And the best part is you can do all of this without any legal experience and even if you are a complete beginner. So let's go ahead and dive into it. All right. So today you're going to learn how to build a consistent and predictable way to create passive income while setting up a business to pass down. You also learn how to structure your business to protect your family wealth. You'll learn how to attract clients effortlessly instead of relying on outdated tactics. And you'll also learn how to start and grow your business without saving or spending your own money. Let's do it. I'm excited. So, warning. Once your mind is exposed to this new idea, it's hard for it to go back to its original way of thinking. So you won't be able to unlearn this info. All right. So make sure that because you're learning it, you're executing it. All right. So our goal today for you is to educate you with all the necessary tools to start a $10,000 a month online family business while protecting it with private trust so you can pass it down to family wealth through the next generation seamlessly. All right. And the best thing is you'll be able to do this without hiring an attorney, having any prior knowledge, and even if you're a complete beginner with no credit or even a non-big following to be able to access this funding. All right. So now some of you might be thinking, okay, who is this super energetic guy that's yelling at me at my screen, right? And I just want to go ahead and tell you this. I am Alexander Turner. I am one of the co-founders and the CMO of the Fampreneurs. And today I am joined with my brother Markus, who is another co-founder and the COO, the Chief Operating Officer of the Fampreneurs, and our amazing, amazing mother, Dr. Tamara Turner Allen, who is the CEO and the visionary of the Fampreneurs. And then, of course, although he's not speaking today, we have Dwayne Allen, my second dad, who is the CTO of the Fampreneurs, and we all understand that in order to be able to teach information, we have to first learn information. And that is why we are all multi-time authors. We're all serial entrepreneurs, business growth enthusiasts, the whole 9 yards. All right, so let's get down to business. The strategies and methods that you're about to discover today have allowed us to be able to become part of the top 1%, and then we have been able to make over at this point $2 million within that time frame because we understood the secrets and the strategies that people have used way back when that we are now implementing now. All right, but it wasn't always as peaches and cream like this. We initially started off in trading, right? And that led us down a rabbit hole of, okay, instead of trading with our money, let's use credit. Instead of personal credit, use business credit. Okay, in order to do business credit, we got to know how to formulate a business properly, and so on and so on and so forth, right? And obviously that journey has been amazing, but we've had our trials and tribulations throughout that time, just like you, right? My father passed away from COVID. My mother was hospitalized with COVID, and we almost lost her, right? But through this story, it showed us that at the highest peaks, there is always going to be some form of quote unquote correction, right? And if you're in trading, you know what I mean by that, to the point that is going to continue to propel us even further, right? So we didn't take this as a knock to our spirits. We took this as a, okay, it's time to reset and keep moving forward, because then this was able to help us, get into reading the Black Rockefellers, or What Would the Rockefellers Do, which had us create our own book, right? Now, one of our friends told us to read What Would the Rockefellers Do, and that ended up showing us that not only should we position ourselves properly with the knowledge that we're intaking, we also need to teach this to other people, all right? And that led us to studying every rich family that's ever existed, whether that's the Rockefellers, the J.P. Morgans, right? Henry Fords with automobiles. And then it also showed us, okay, how can we start studying those people who have done it in modern times with the same principles that the people did back in the day? And that led us to people like billionaire investor Robert F. Smith, Kiko Davis, who is an independent black bank owner, right? And even obviously, I'm sure all of you all have heard this magazine, the Black Enterprise magazine with the Graves family, all right? And this showed us that we are on a path of following steps that not only work, but are going to put us in positions like the 10 people or the 10 families that we've shown you today, okay? So it also gave us another realization. And that realization was, what is the real recipe for success, right? Because a lot of people think it's just taking information and obviously utilizing the tool of the internet, and that is automatically an instant combination of success. And that's not the case. The missing key is a mentor. When you add that mentor is going to give you systems, and that system stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money. And that is then going to allow you to reach whatever your destination is at a quicker rate. Okay. So the mentor that we had, the biggest mentor that we started off with was Nehemiah Davis. And throughout that time frame, we invested $110,000, really over $110,000 in his mentorship, and being able to learn and understand the strategies that he was able to use that we have now implemented into our business, right? And for that, we were able to lock in for 6 months and blocked out all distractions, because no matter what path you're on, no matter what legacy you're building, you have to put in the work. All right. You have to take time to do the work that's necessary to get the results that you're looking for. All right. And although it was scary, and it's going to seem scary to you, it was the best decision that we've made and that you're going to make. And it helped us change our lives forever and change the lives of others. All right. But one thing it did more importantly is it made us into the entrepreneurs who we are today. And with that, we've been able to help hundreds and hundreds of people worldwide build a family business and build something that is going to then be the foundation of their legacy. All right. Now, one of the things that also helped us do is it put us on stages that we weren't on before. Right. And this is a stage in which we were able to receive an award for doing our first $100,000 in a month in revenue. All right. And this was in January of 2022. And since then, it's just been domino after domino that's falling. We were able to host our own FamCon event, right? This is a family conference where we literally teach people how to build a family business and how to do it with the community around you, even if you don't have blood relatives that you can call family, all right? Another thing it allowed us to do is it allowed us to travel as a family. And when you travel as a family, you start experiencing new aspects of life as a family, right? Whether that's hot air balloon riding or racing in the desert or even going to Vegas, right? Because this was my first time in Vegas personally. I'm not a big gambler, so I never really saw it as a necessity, but it gave us all of these different experiences. And when you experience new things, you learn new things in life. That's that same thing that I was saying earlier. Once your mind is expanded to something, it's hard for it to go back to its original form. All right. And after that, with all of these things happen simultaneously, we were able to start gaining recognition on national platforms, which allowed us to impact more people and at a higher level, because you don't get invited to platforms like Yahoo Finance and Fox News and the Porsche Show and Success from Home Magazine and all of these, and Black Enterprise, one of the things that I mentioned earlier. You don't get featured in all of these things if you are not doing something that is positive and impactful to others. All right. And one of the things it allowed us to do is speak on stages like these, right? Not even just our own stages, but stages with other people, with our mentor, right? With people who are our mentees, even, who are able to grow and do things, right? And it also showed us that with being able to speak on stages, there is a certain level of responsibility that comes for us to then share that information that we have been able to obtain to get us on these stages. All right. And that led into podcast interviews, right? Because it's not just as good as speaking on stages. It's also a lot of the stages might be a smaller audience. So speaking on people's podcasts are going to give you another opportunity to reach even larger audiences that we otherwise would not have had the opportunity to speak on. All right. And one of the amazing things that it did for our mother was, and honestly, all of us, but she had to lead the way because she is the visionary. We all got the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. And this was so special simply because it showed us that you don't get presented with an award like this unless you're actually making a true impact in your community and in the lives of others. Okay. So this was no longer about, the Fampreneurs, right? This started turning into a movement, and a movement that is meant to be shared with as many families and as many people as possible. All right. So just to give you a quick recap, we started off in trading, right? This was something that we just wanted to learn how to make more money for ourselves. And it turned into us being able to experience new things in life and share those experiences with others. Right. So I want you to imagine yourself 2 to 3 years from now. Right. Obviously, right now, you are not where you want to be, whether that is lack of money, lack of resources, lack of opportunities. But you need to figure out and create that vision for yourself of where you want to be in 2 to 3 years. And then you have to figure out the necessary tools, mentors, and resources to get you to that point. OK, so don't take our word for it, because I know I've said a lot of that's tooting our own horn, but I want you to hear results from the students and mentees who we've impacted and see the results that they've been able to get. All right. So the Matthews, we were able to help them get over $250,000 in funding. All right. $250,000 in funding to start their own e-commerce business. right? We were able to help Charles grow his catering business, and we were able to get him an ample amount of funding that was able to make him over $100,000 in his catering business. All right. And these are success from our other mentees, from all the credit cards and lines of credit and other people's money that they were able to use to then maximize their efforts, right? And do things for their family that they otherwise would not have been able to do without these resources. All right. And one of our mentees, she was able to use the book that we made, that we gave to her to launch her own family wealth strategy series. All right. And now she's being able to help other people and be featured on stages and other podcasts to spread the value that she's been able to not only gain from us, but then grow within herself. And that is exactly what we want to do with you all. All right. We've even been able to help Roger upgrade his personal brand using AI, and he's been able to get over $110,000 in funding and has been able to generate an extra $55,000 with the ebook based on the strategy that we gave him. All right. And these are other mentees who are able to build their trust, get that notarized, and even be able to understand how to operate their own trust and then be able to bring in revenue from those trusts. All right. So if you haven't already, go ahead and just drop a 1 in the chat if you want to be the first one in your family that is able to make a way like these people have made a way for their family. Be the first person in your family to build a legacy for the generations that are here to come that you are already building up in yourself. All right. And this was even one of our mentors, Sylvia, and she was able to, for one, we were able to build her credit to, I want to say it's probably over 800 at this point, right? But we were able to build her credit to over 750 plus across the board, and she was able to get over $100,000 because at this point in time she was a sneeze away, and this is her words, right? She was a sneeze away from acquiring just the $100,000 of funding. She was at $97,000 at the time, but now she has over $100,000 in funding, and she was able to use that to start her own gourmet popcorn business. All right. So when we're telling you this information, when we're sharing these tools with you, we're not sharing it in a sense of, oh, this is what we think works. We know it works because we have people that have proven it works besides just us knowing it works for ourselves. Okay. So with this entire time that we've been able to do this, we've been able to help impact over 580 families as mentees. We've been able to help create over 240 businesses, and we've even got over $6 million in funding for all of our families to be able to maximize whatever it is that they're looking to do, whether that's business, whether that's credit, whether that's investing. You are able to use other people's resources to grow your business rather than utilizing and pretty much taking all of your own funds to do it. Okay. And if you stick with us until the end of today, if you stick with us until the end of this workshop, there will be an offer for you to get the exact same results that we've been able to get these mentees that have worked with us in the past. All right. And if you learn it, you will learn how to make over $10,000 a month with an online family business. All right. So now let's talk about who this workshop is for. And I'm going to explain this, and then I'm going to bring up the next person, my brother, who is going to go in detail on how this is going to be able to help you. So who will benefit from this the most? Caged employees, people who are working a 9-to-5 and feel trapped, right? This is going to be able to show you how to quit and work for yourself. The kindpreneurs, right? The people who are sold on entrepreneurship but haven't found the right vehicle that is going to get them to that level of success that they're looking for, right? This is going to show you how to commit to one thing and then make that one thing successful. These are for the struggling business owners who have already had a business but are either struggling to get their family on board or stay consistent with their income. This is going to show you how to bring not only your family in, but also have a high earning, predictable income to keep you steadfast and growing. These are for the aware students, the students who know that the traditional path of college and education and employment is pretty much broken for the level of success that they want. This is going to show you how to start your own family business and start being successful and break out of the cycle that you're currently in. And this is even for the successful entrepreneurs who are just looking for another form of way or another business to be able to make money without doing lots of work. This is going to show you how that family business will be able to bring you passive income. All right. And I know I'm getting excited, and I'm getting excited because I understand and know that with the information that Markus is about to share with you, he is truly going to revolutionize your mind and revolutionize your pockets. All right. So without further ado, I want to bring up my brother, the COO, the man, the myth himself, Marcus Turner. Marcus, are you there?
Yes, Alex, I am here. I appreciate you for actually bringing me on, man. And I hope y'all really got some value off of him as well. So let's go ahead and get right into it, okay? If you want to run a successful family business and make $10,000 a month while doing it, then you must learn these four simple steps, okay? And these four simple steps, like I mentioned, is actually what we use to build a 10K a month online family business. So let's go ahead and break this down. Step number one, you must have a legacy boardroom every single week, quarter, and year, okay? What this does is this actually allows you to create an impenetrable family, a family alignment and family harmony at the same time. And what this will do is allow you to have all your family go in one direction and have a vision in one direction without all the families being, you know, in different sporadic areas. And that's what most families are. You have different visions for each person, but the families doesn't have one vision. Okay, like the Rockefellers and the Windsor family, they have one vision on what exactly they're going to be doing with their family. So speaking of the Rockefellers, step number two is you want to build something called the Rockefeller Shield. And the Rockefeller Shield is exactly how to structure and protect your family business for 100 years. Okay, this allows you to pass wealth down and get it ready for over 100 years. And then once you actually have these things established, like your trust, your insurance policies, your IRAs, these, that, this is that, and the third, which is the shield of your actual family, you're then going to start teaching people the skill set, right? And you're going to say, okay, I want to know how. We're going to teach you personal branding, which is going to show you exactly how to create a personal brand that attracts more clients than you can even handle. And then step number four is the family credit formula. This is exactly how to scale and fund your family business with over $120,000 in funding. So these are the four steps that we use in order to build our business to $10,000 a month. Okay. And this is everything that made us $10,000 a month. So it was from the personal brand, protecting our family, building the private trust, and acquiring $120,000 in funding all at the same time. Okay. So at this point, you have two options, two very simple options. Either you can go at this alone and spend hundreds of thousands of hours and dollars trying to figure this out yourself, being completely frustrated and wasting 3 to 10 years of your life in the process, or you can go step two or phase two or whatever and learn from a proven system that's already been used through 3 generations. We've done this and multiplied this and duplicated this 3 different times within our current family because me as in Marcus, we're currently 3 generations deep at this moment in time. So this is what I want to do. Everyone that is on this special training, I really want to announce something very special for you. What we're doing is we're taking on the first few people that watch this training under our wing to get personally mentored by us. So what I want you to do is I want you to fill out the form below. Apply, or if you're coming back, reapply to actually be able to work with us personally because we're only accepting a few people. And I'm gonna tell you this. We're not accepting everyone. Okay, because we're only reserving this for fast action takers only because there's very limited spots to be able to partner with us. All right, so secure your spot right now before it closes, because after you hop on here, it is going to close after this. So go ahead and hop on and make sure you get on this. Okay, and here's the thing: this is the disturbing cost of doing this alone. To figure this information all out by yourself, by onboarding your family, setting up your family banking, getting the personal branding up to point, getting the funding, takes at least 5 years to actually do. Okay. And you'd have to come up and try hundreds of things on your own with no idea what to do, what not to do. And you possibly wouldn't still be able to do it yourself because you'd have to learn with expensive pain, trial, and errors. Okay. Because I want you to understand, to build a support or network of community like we've done so far has taken us 8 years, y'all. Almost a decade to be able to build something that we have so far. We put our heart and soul into every single day of for that past 8 years to get us to this point. And this is about the true cost it would take to achieve this. Okay. Tens of thousands of dollars in years have been put into this. And of course, even if you were to do this, it might not still possibly work for you at all. Right. So let's talk about results real quick. This is the results we've gotten. We went from working a 9 to 5 job, just like you, to starting a 6-figure online family business, educating and impacting thousands of people with the proven system that we've utilized. We've been able to create our own family seal, our company seal, our own cryptocurrency, our own family crest. Now that's you ain't gotta that's just our results. You ain't gotta believe us, just take our word. Just take the word from our actual community itself. We've been able to impact 580 families. We've been able to fund over $6.2 million. We've been able to create 240 plus family businesses. But you ain't got to believe us. Like I said, believe our actual people themselves. So the next person I'm about to show you is Ed Smiley. He was actually able to change his life. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
What up? What up? Boy, Ed Smiley here, owner of Apex Closers. I wanted to talk real quickly about my experience working with Markus, working with Dr. T, and the whole Fampreneur team. When I originally started working with them, I was looking at doing some lead gen using DM setting. I didn't have a process in place at all. And so working with Markus, they've been able to show me like how to find your ideal audience. When you do find your audience, what do you say with them? How do you make the conversation feel very casual and not salesy? And so I implemented that process over a 3-month time frame. And in that 3-month time frame, I got 2 new clients, totaling about 13,000 across the board. So if there's anyone that is curious or anyone that's undecided about whether they should work with the team or they should not work with the team, I'm like, dude, what are you thinking about? Like, do you see the results they're getting? So I would highly recommend working with them. And like I said, if you're undecided, like, make the decision, do it. It'll be the best money you invest.
Look, y'all.
What up?
Y'all
What
heard
up?
it from the man
Boy, Ed
himself.
Smiley
He
here,
made
owner of
$13,000
Apex
off his
Closers.
first
I
2
wanted to talk real
clients.
quickly
I'm
about my
telling you,
experience
in
working
90
with Markus,
days,
working with Dr.
this is
T, and the
not this is
whole
nothing new.
Fampreneur
You can't
team.
unsee what you just
When
saw right now.
I
All right.
originally
So let's
started
go to the
working
next
with
one.
them,
Hi, everyone. My name is Melissa, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to express my gratitude to Dr. T and the social currency team. They have helped me and my husband obtain over $270,000 in personal and business credit in just 6 to 8 weeks, really, like minimal amount of weeks. $270,000. They are so dedicated to, helping us learn credit law, helping us know our rights as a consumer, and helping us and our community build generational wealth. Dr. T is a great mentor. Her family as well. They all work together as an amazing team to help us all win in this game called life, right? So, again, I want to send my deepest gratitude, for me and my husband, to Dr. T and her team for helping to elevate our lives. Thank you, Dr. T. And we're just getting started, right? We're not even done yet. This is just the first tier, so I'm excited and, again, very, very appreciative. Can't thank you enough, Dr. T. Hi, everyone.
Man, y'all heard
My
it
name is
herself.
Melissa,
First
and I
6 to
just
8
wanted to
weeks
take
acquired
a few minutes
$270,000
to
in funding,
express
y'all.
my gratitude
Just for her business. And you
to
heard
Dr.
social currencies. This
T
is actually
and
one of
the
another division
social
of our
currency
family
team.
business that we created.
They have
And
helped me
so
and my
we want to make sure
husband
that
obtain
everybody gets access to funding to fund their actual business. So I'm going to go
$270,000
to the next one real
in
quick.
Thank you so much for all your help, Dr. T, from you and your sons. You helped me put my credit up tremendously and helped me jumpstart my business and get off the ground and everything. And I just cannot thank you and your sons enough for all of your help, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Look, y'all know he got a 680 credit score, launched his family business with his mom, just like we did. And now he's off to the races, y'all. Let's go to the next one.
Hello, my name is Carissa Jacobs, and I am from Fampreneurs, Florida. I am just wanting to share with you my experience with social currencies and that entire team and Ms. Tamara. And I just want you to know that they have forever changed my life. I was really in a financial ruins when I met their team. So much where I was about to get evicted. I was 2 months behind on my rent. I have been coming out of a period in my life where I was divorced and just trying to maintain 2 households due to that divorce. And it became increasingly more and more difficult. No fault of my own, but who I was married to. But anyway, I just want to share with you the fact that I was really just praying and just asking God, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to pay this rent. I don't know how I'm going to pay these other bills. I had started taking out loans to cover this bill, to cover another loan to cover this bill, get another credit card to take care of this bill, until my back was against the wall and I had no way of knowing how I was going to get out of it. Until I met Ms. Tamara and the entire team at Social Currencies, and I just want to let you know what they've done for me. I went from being in a financial distress and filled with panic and anxiety to an entire relief. When I tell you mental, emotional relief, like, I'm sure everyone knows about the fact that you can sit there and, no, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to let it go. But do you really let it go? No, not when you think you're getting ready to get put out. And I was pretty much stable. But the thing about it, you can never say never. You never can tell someone that you'll never be in their position. You can never say that will never happen to me, because I'm going to tell you right now, if I would have told you that in 2022, I was threatening eviction and just a whole lot of things, I would tell you lying. But something that was beyond my control forced me to be in this situation. But the entire group and team at Social Currencies, Ms. Tamara did her magic. And I know that she's the forefront, but there's a team behind her. There's someone supporting her. There's someone teamwork working with her to make all those things happen. And I just want you to know that she has a good heart. She's genuine. She's real. This is not no scam. I'm not inflating the truth. The fact is, this woman got me $300,000 credit line, business loan of credit with AMX. And that immediately, I was able to immediately pay some things and take care of some things. And then she ended up getting me another one. Now, my credit is ruined. Since the divorce, my credit is shot. My credit score is like 530, 524. But I had a friend. I had a girlfriend that when I went to her with what Ms. Tamara had suggested, which was you have somebody with a credit score over 640, we can still get it done. We still can get it done. Well, guess what? She got it done. She got it done through my friend.
Y'all heard that $300,000 in
credit
funding, and now she actually has
take
a
care of a lot
successful
of
family
things that I
business,
needed to be
and she has
taken care
a
of. It's the
bestseller as
holidays.
well.
I'd already had on my mind of
She's traveling
expecting
all
that I
over
was
the
going to be
world, actually
depressed and
presenting her book. So I'm
just a
telling
lot of
y'all,
things.
it can be
I may not
done.
have what
If
I
she
want,
can
but I
do
have
it,
what I
why
need.
can't you do it,
And
y'all? I'm
some
telling you.
What would you
All
tell
right, so
somebody
look,
that's kind of sitting on the fence right now, that's like, yo, I want to get this done, but like something's stopping me? Like, what would you say to them?
I say, don't get out of your way. Get out of your own way. Take all emotions out of the way. If you already have pulled the trigger to invest in yourself, then get engaged, commit to yourself, and write down the simple goals. And I shouldn't say simple, but to me, when I mean simple, it's more of what is it that you want to get accomplished. And I ain't talking about I want to buy all these businesses. I want to actually leave a legacy. It's more of, I want to understand what I just purchased. And I want to know the benefits that I actually will have in my safe after it has been taken care of and actually written up correctly. And then from that, you can actually start setting up bullet points like, okay, I actually have a bank account. Okay, now I actually have my credit straight. Okay, now I can actually go as far as I want to go from that point. But yeah, just start off simple by actually, understanding what it is you're a part of. And also the community, Fampreneurs, understand what they're willing to offer you.
What exactly pushed you over the edge to be like, oh yeah, let me work with the Fampreneurs?
The fact that you guys are personal. Everybody actually has a Facebook. Everybody has an Instagram. Everybody actually is doing a form. But no one is willing to do the field touch familypreneur aspect, to where they're like, hey, here's my phone number.
What would you tell somebody that's kind of sitting on the
look, y'all
fence right
heard
now?
that
That's
man
like, yo,
say it.
I
He
want to
said,
get this
take
done,
action.
but like,
Take action. I got
something
one more
stopped me.
for
Like,
you
what
as
would you
well.
say?
Y'all, I just finished my final steps of setting up my irrevocable trust to make sure that my family and my child is okay if in the event something does happen to me. Thank you again to the Fampreneur team, Dr. T, and everyone else in the mentorship program. I'm not a slave anymore to the system, you guys. Join the team or get left behind. Y'all, just finished my final steps of setting up my irrevocable trust.
She now can
to
provide
make
for her
sure that
family
my
the way that she
family
wants
and
to.
my child
We
is
also got Joshua here, who turned $55,000 in funding that we acquired for him in his trust and turned that into a $10K a month Airbnb business with his girl. I'm telling y'all. We're doing this every single day. We got Nikki, who we got 27 collections deleted off in 45 days. Gayla jumped her points up, jumped her credit score over 100 points. Satira got and acquired $60,000 in funding for her business and now lives in Dubai. And that's just the start of it, y'all. That's just the start of it. We don't even hide behind our computers. Like everything everything we do, and everybody who makes six figures in our community will get an invite to meet us in person for our meet and greets to have fun, build together, share ideas, network, right? We'll meet up in Atlanta. You'll have access to us and you'll have access to all in-person events. We're going to really show you all exactly how to build a community. We're not going to show you. This is what we do. We build communities every day. We want to be able to make family businesses normal again. Okay. And if you don't believe us when it comes to that meetups, believe what Eric and Connie got to say.
I loved it, and I was like, wow. So it took away my anxiety, it took away, my skepticism. And so when I tell you, y'all, I'm one of those people, I am no nonsense. If I sense any weakness in the room or they don't know what they're doing, I'd be like, you know what, this was so beautiful. Thank you so much for y'all time. Don't worry about the flight. I got a private jet. See y'all later. But no, I was comfortable. I stayed, and it was like, whoa. I know how to, sit back in the room and just listen and take it all in. I mean, y'all, they know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing, and it's truly in 24 hours. I loved it, and I was like, wow. So it took away my anxiety, it took away, my skepticism, and so when I...
So, Ms. Connie, I understand that when you got off the plane and all the flashing and the cameras and, you weren't expecting that. You were being treated like a superstar, VIP that you are. What was that experience for you?
I wasn't expecting that. I'm being honest. And I'm more of an introvert. I'm more of the person that be in the background. Like, he's the preacher, he's the prophet, he's on the stage speaking and telling people about his finances and all that stuff. And when y'all say, no, you gotta come up, you speak, you in the limelight too. And I'm like, I'm just the wife. No.
So how do you feel now after 10 hours later?
Liberated, being honest. And if I cry, leave me alone. I feel heard. I feel wanted. I feel valued. I never had a group of women, and I never had someone just take me by the hand and say, no, you matter too. Yeah, Eric, I know what you want, but she matters too. And I never had that. I always had to, fight my way through or just be okay with being in the shadows.
So, Ms. Connie, I understand that when you got off the plane and all the flashing and the cameras and, you weren't expecting that. You were being treated like a superstar, VIP that you are. What was that experience for you?
I wasn't expecting that.
So, Lori, you've been with us, you're one of our oldies, almost a year coming up, okay? So tell the audience, what's your process been? Because you're in a different program. They decided to do the VIP day, whereas you've been with us for almost a year. So what has the process been like? And how the Sundays, I know we used to do the Sunday calls. How was that for you?
So the process has been very rigorous. But it pushes you to really get a hands-on experience on how to build your wealth generationally. Yes. So over time, it's not only a family business, but it's also the ability to see things more so intergenerationally, and as well as building a conglomerate, as opposed to just thinking about it, in a very minute way. It's a lot of time consuming. It's a lot of reading. It's a lot of late nights, late night calls, early mornings. It's a lot of studying, understanding terminology, frustration sometimes, because some things, I myself did not know, and I would text Dr. T or text Markus to be able to get understanding from that, and they would respond.
So wait a minute, you have our cell phone number?
Of course I do.
Oh, okay.
Of course I do. Late nights, early mornings, weekly meetings. But the knowledge is invaluable. Yeah. You put so much effort. She is available in times that, as for me, myself, I don't have a lot of family. So this, in essence, is more so something of an extension of, a family branch, an olive branch, right?
Right.
Because as you can see, for a VIP day, it felt like family.
Yeah.
It definitely felt like family.
Definitely.
And I couldn't imagine being anywhere else than right here.
So, Lori, you've been with us. You're one of our oldies.
That's
almost a year coming up.
And like I said, it doesn't just stop here, right? When you join a community, there will be millions and millions of giveaways to help you promote growth, execute, be better as a family business. Like our community eats and breathes success. Okay. So that's why there's no other community like this on earth that matches the results we have and that we've generated. So I want to make sure y'all understand we're taking on a few people to actually get this done and for us to mentor them up under our wings. So go ahead, apply, and see if you qualify, fill out the form below. Like I said, we cannot stress this enough. We spent over $250,000 getting all this mentorship, wasted $100,000 in dumb ideas, read books, burned multiple years of our lives. We will never get those things back that we did. Okay. But you got to face the truth. And you can only do this. You can only go one of three ways. You can either not do anything and stay the exact same place that you are right now. That's the only way. You can stay the exact same place you are right now, struggling, figuring things out, not being able to provide for your family, working check to check. And if you're an entrepreneur, staying where you're at and not being able to pass the wealth that you created. Or you can do this alone and struggle for years and possibly may or may not get the results. Or you can start a new life journey with the best community and mentors like us and be able to get this done with the proven system and formula that we've actually been able to achieve. And like I said, the proof are in the students. They verified it. It's not coming from us, it's coming from them. So act now. Okay. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Don't pass over opportunities anymore. Okay. Don't have a poor mindset. Don't think about how much it costs. Think about how much it costs to stay the same. Staying in the same spot, y'all, is expensive. Remember, we made the same decision you made. We were working a 9-to-5 job. We lost our father. We made we made similar decisions that you made. And then once we made the decision, we were able to travel around the world multiple times a year to Dubai, Egypt, London, right? And nothing has been the same. My mentor always says, once your mind is exposed to a new concept or idea, it's very hard for it to go back to its original thinking. Okay. So remember, sometimes it's the smallest decisions that can change your life forever. So I just want to say thank you all so much for hopping on this workshop, hopping on this free training. Go ahead and apply below. Make sure you all apply to see if you qualify, and I will see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace out, y'all.